your sin, where we talk about love, faith, healing, and real stuff that shapes our relationship and also my journey, everything as regard to my faith. So today I would like to talk about, deal breakers. What's your deal breaker in a relationship? Let's just be sincere. What's your deal breaker in a relationship? Uh, why this question? The thing is, first, let me ask, do you actually know what like a deal breaker is? It can be like stop, leave my hair alone. Come on. Don't play with my hair. Okay, so let me ask this question. What's actually a deal what's your deal breaker? No. Sometimes we don't realize what our lines are until they are already crossed. Like what our turn-offs are, what are the things you cannot condone, you cannot allow until they are actually crossed. So now, when you talk about deal breakers, having a deal breaker is not a bad thing. It's about having boundaries. Something you cannot permit, like something you cannot allow, what you refuse to settle for. So that's basically what deal breaker is all about. In fact, Jesus himself set the boundaries. There are certain places he did not go. He refused to perform miracles to certain set of people because of their hardness of heart. So it's like setting boundaries. So it's not a bad thing actually. So now, what are the major deal breakers that are available? The first one is disrespect. If you see the way I'm talking, you see that it's as if I'm angry. Yeah, I feel like, truth be told, they say respect is reciprocal. But I don't think everybody follows that rule. I feel like no matter who you are, no matter the level at which you have attained to in this life, there should be respect for everybody, regardless of your status in life. So that's number one deal breaker for me personally. Hi, Nelson, welcome. Thanks for joining me. What's your deal breaker in a relationship? Hi, Graham. Thanks for joining my live video. What's your deal breaker in a relationship? I would like to know. For me personally, I was talking about disrespect. I don't like it. Like, I believe everybody deserves to be respected. No matter the status of the person, you should talk to somebody with respect. You should, treat someone the way you want to be treated. And I don't think it's everybody that actually believes respect is reciprocal. But right now, I've gotten to a point, if you see the way I'm talking right now, I've gotten into a point in my life that if I see that I'm talking to you respectfully, and then you're not doing the same in return, I will talk to you anyhow the way you are treating me, because I wouldn't want you to treat me like a trash. I believe everybody, we are all human beings and we deserve respect. So that's number one deal breaker for me. Like, how can you not respect me? I'm not saying you should be saying sir. Respect is not, there's a difference between respect and honor, actually. So I'm not saying you should be saying ma or saying sir. It's not to when you say it. Even then, the way you respond to somebody. How can somebody text you, send you a message, and you read it, and 6 days you did not reply? That's an act of disrespect. Even if you are busy, you are the almighty international personnel that is so busy. Come on. Sorry, I'm busy. I will return. I will reply you when I'm less busy, or I'll get back to the message. But 6 days, you read it and you did not reply. That's an act of disrespect. No regard for the person. That's number one deal breaker for me. So tell me, what are the deal breakers for you actually? Graham, Nelson, are you still there? Sorry, I'm taking it personal because I hate it. Like, I dislike it. Deal breakers are something you cannot, condone. You cannot allow. I try as much as possible, even when I don't know your status, to respect you. Like, even when I don't know your caliber, I do that. But I expect that in return. And then that's one thing about. Hi, Rosalind. Thank you for joining. That's one thing about I wanted to do a video last week about expectation too. I think I need to learn more about expectation, because the fact that you do certain things, you shouldn't expect another person to do the same. And I think that's why I'm being disappointed every time, because I expected too much. Like I expected certain, I feel like I have certain level of things that I've normalized. I feel like a normal human being should be able to do. For example, respect anybody you see, either old or young. But then if I don't see that, because I'm doing that and I'm expecting that in return, if I don't see that, I get angry because I get disappointed. I'm like, come on, this is a simple thing to do. So I feel like I need to, bring down my expectation and understand individual differences. But then, talking about deal breakers, what are your deal breakers for real? For me, personally, number one is disrespect. Number one deal breaker for me is disrespect. I don't like it. I don't like to be treated as a trash, as somebody. Everybody wants to be valued. Everybody wants to feel, listened to. Everybody wants to feel that they are being heard. Like, I don't need to explain myself too much before you can get it. You understand what I mean? So, for me, personally, number one deal breaker in any relationship is disrespect. Come on. Even if you are angry at me, talk to me with respect. Don't talk to me in using foul languages, or because the moment you're angry, there's no more baby, there's no more honey, there's no more sweetheart, and then you just swap as if I'm nothing. No, don't do that. So that's number one deal breaker for me. So what about you? I would like to listen to you. What's your deal breaker in a relationship? For me, it is disrespect. That's number one thing. I'm listening. Anybody there? Something is I just swept one out from the floor now. No. I'm not giving you. Take. Hi, thank you for joining my live video. So what's your deal breaker in a relationship? No, I told you not to climb that place. Hi, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Please, what's your deal breaker in a relationship? Let's talk about deal breakers in a relationship. What is your turn off moment? What is that thing that you don't like, that pisses you off, that you cannot condone, you cannot allow? Okay, now let's talk about another deal breaker, which is dishonesty, like lying, withholding important truth, or manipulation. Dishonesty. I get it when you don't want to say something at a particular point in time. Let's say, for example, something happened. I don't want to tell my partner at this moment. And my partner just asks, and I'm like, later. Or I just tell my partner a little thing out of what I'm supposed to say. Let's say, for example, I have a list of things I'm meant to discuss with my partner. Let's say 1, 2, 3. Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining. I have a list of things I need to discuss with my partner. Let's say like 3 things. And then I told my partner 1 out of it or 2 out of it, leaving the 3rd one out. Why do you think people do that? Keep that to themselves. I feel like number one reason is because, number one, you know the kind of partner you're with. And that is where misconception and misunderstanding comes in. Some people, miscommunication. Some people, they don't communicate, or they communicate wrongly because of the kind of partner they have. They are like, number one, what if I'm misunderstood? That's why they don't say what is on their mind. Number 2, what if, what's it called? What if it comes out the wrong way? That's misunderstanding. Let's say, for example, I'm saying, babe, that clothes is black, or that clothes doesn't fit the occasion you're going through, and then my partner translates it as you don't. I know anytime I want to wear this clothes, you don't want me to wear it. Oh, you come on, I'm just telling you this for this occasion. That clothes does not fit the kind of occasion you're going through. You understand? But then the reason why people miscommunicate is because of all these things, like fear of being misunderstood, or fear of their partner itself, that they are afraid of their partner to express themselves, express their opinion to their partner. And then that's where dishonesty now comes in. Some people actually lie because of the kind of partner that they have, which is not supposed to be. You should be, have a partner you can be vulnerable with. Your partner should be like your safe space. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Like, your partner should be your heaven. Like, I mean, I'm not saying after God, of course, after God, your partner should be like, I'm talking about married people right now. Your partner should be like your safe place. That's how it's supposed to be. So I shouldn't be able, even the Bible says that the two were naked and they were not ashamed. Hi, Olivia, thank you for joining. So your partner should be a place where you can be somebody you can be vulnerable with, somebody you can express yourself without having to, withdraw yourself, or without having to hide any part of you. I feel like somebody you can be with. Hi, Olivia. What's your deal breaker in a relationship? Thank you for joining. I'm talking about deal breaker in a relationship. For me personally, hi, Shaki Bates. My day is going fine. So tell me, what's your deal breaker in the relationship? And how are you doing today? For me personally, disrespect is number one. And I think I've gotten into this place. That's why I just came online to vent. Like, come on, how can I, do this? Like, talk to you and then no response for 6 days? It's not okay. Everybody, even if you're the busiest man on earth, courtesy demand you message and say, hello, sorry, I'm busy, I'll reply you back. So why read the message and good? Dishonesty is a deal breaker for you. Yes, that's number 2 I was talking about, dishonesty. But then, there are some times that your partner actually doesn't want to be dishonest. They don't want to lie to you, but there are situations that warrant some partners to lie. I'm not saying lying is good, don't misquote me. But what about situations whereby your partner, you are afraid of communicating what's in your mind because of the fear you have for your partner? Or number 2, you're afraid of communicating what is in your mind because of the fear of being misinterpreted, like misunderstood. Because when you're saying this, they are interpreting it the other way. So you feel like it's better for me to just keep quiet or even lie than to be explaining myself all the time. Do you know? It can happen in that way. And then there is dishonesty. Those that actually lie and lie and lie and lie, I keep telling lies and lies and lies. For me, number 1 is disrespect. I hate it so much because I don't know. I just hate it. So what do you think? Can you still marry somebody that disrespects you? Shaki Bates, are you still there? Then another thing I would like to say is when, we don't align spiritually. I'm talking about my faith right now. When we are not equally yoked together, I feel like there will be a lot of issue when your partner is not seeing what you're saying. The moment there's 2 visions in the home, there will be division. Something that's supposed to be simple, when you work together. The Bible says, can 2 work together except they agree? It will not become a tedious task. Why? Because you're just trying to explain that, Can you see the way I'm explaining? This is what I mean. This is not what I mean. And so I feel like that's another thing, because the moment you start explaining yourself over and over again to your partner, it's not something that is, I feel they should be able to, even before you complete the sentence, when you're saying, oh, before you complete it, they should know. I'm not saying they should have the discernment or something, but there's some level you get to, and your partner gets you, that they understand you. Like, so, but the moment you're not equally yoked together, somebody is thinking A, the other person is thinking B, there'll be serious issue. It's like a deal breaker. So other than dishonesty, what other things is a deal breaker for you in a relationship? Shaki beat. So what's your deal breaker in a relationship? Because I feel like when you're unequally yoked together, when the goals does not align, there's lack of alignment, then the two should not be together. Such couple or such partners shouldn't work together, because it will eventually end up in something in chaos. The moment you cannot agree on the same thing, it's a problem. Then another deal breaker for me is actually lack of ambition or responsibility. When somebody cannot, we have to have same goals. Not everything, but at least some similar. Exactly. Some similar goals. Something that can work in alignment. With that, you'll be able to walk far. That is it. But the moment you guys are opposite, it will not work. It's like a deal breaker. Just go your way. Let me go my way. Another one is lack of responsibility, or lack of ambition or something. There's some people that are just complacent. They are okay with the way they are. So the moment you're trying to, move forward and make them see what you're going through. Hi, Junior. Thanks for joining. What's your deal breaker in a relationship? The moment you're trying to achieve something and you're trying to move forward, and you have a partner that does not see the vision you're seeing, or that doesn't have ambition or is not responsible, you'll be like a burden to them. It will be like you are in a race or competition with somebody. I feel like it will be as if you are doing too much. And the moment you are seen as doing too much, when you're actually just doing normal, something that is normal, it is normal for somebody to desire growth and not want to remain the same. You understand? So the moment your partner doesn't see it like that, they are not responsible, they lack ambition, and you have ambition, they are thinking you're doing too much. That's a deal breaker. Like, you guys are not going the same way. It's better to just let them be. Somebody that is just complacent, they are okay with the way they are. Hi, Junior. So tell me, what's your deal breaker in a relationship? Are you there? What's your deal breaker in a relationship? And I think, what's it called? Another thing that I don't like is, when somebody's have a particular issue and they don't recognize that they have it, or they don't admit that they have it, or take responsibility, or the willingness to change. That's a deal breaker. I have to go. I check out the channel and subscribe. Have a good day. I'll be back on next live. All right. Thank you, Shaki B-Beats. Thanks so much for joining, and thanks for the conversation. Have a wonderful day to you too. It's night here already. I think it's about almost 10 p.m. here. Thanks for the love. Thank you. So, like I was saying, another deal breaker for me, somebody that has an issue and does not, want to recognize the fact that they have a problem that they need to fix, or they are willing to fix it. They don't see it as a problem that they need to fix. That's another thing. Because it takes somebody that realizes that I need help to actually get help. But the moment you feel like you're okay on your own, you are always right. You're not wrong in your own eyes. It's a deal breaker, because everything you do will just be all about you, and you always be right in your own eyes without seeing that you're actually the problem. That's a deal breaker for me, actually. Yeah, that's it. And then the last one is all these silent treatment of a thing. When there's issue, instead of us to iron it out, you give me like communication breakdown. You just shut down on me without communicating, and you're expecting me to know what you're feeling. Ow, am I Holy Ghost? Do I have any superpower to read your minds and know what you're feeling? I feel like when we are having issues as couples, we should be able to sit down and iron it out, talk it out as adults, not just keeping malice all over. I don't like it. That silent treatment, I hate it so much. Don't give me a communication shutdown. Don't shut down on me. Talk to me. And whenever you're angry, still talk to me with respect. Don't talk to me anyhow because you're hungry and say because you're hungry. No. Your anger should not excuse the way you talk. It shouldn't. It shouldn't justify the way you talk. There should be a way you talk to me, even with that high tone. Talk in respect, because you can still be talking to someone in with annoyance, and then the person will be like, "Oh, babe, you are kids when you're angry." Yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, babe, you're a kid when you're angry." That's because they still talk in a way that it's relatable, it's something that is acceptable. But the moment you're talking to me as if I'm some trash, come on. Even if I want to listen before, I will not want to listen because of you are bringing down my low self-esteem, or you are demeaning me because you want to express yourself. Kirino, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the name. I don't know if I pronounced it well. Thank you for joining my live video. Where you watching me from? Actually, I'm talking about deal breakers in a relationship. So tell me, what are the deal breakers in a relationship for me? For you, rather. What are the deal breakers in a relationship for you? You're from the US? Okay, that's good. I'm from Nigeria, but currently outside Nigeria. Yeah. So what's your deal breaker in a relationship? What are your turn-offs? What are the things you cannot allow or condone in a relationship? What are your non-negotiable? Yeah, I'm from Nigeria. Why do you say wow? As if you don't expect me to be from Nigeria. Were you expecting me to be from another country? Why you do your hair like this? Should I help you? This thing is getting much. Is she your daughter? Yeah, she's my daughter. So tell me, what are your deal breaker in a relationship? For me, I think I've mentioned like 3 or 4 right now. I mentioned what is it then? I talked about disrespect. That's the first one. Disrespect, dishonesty, when our goals doesn't align together, when a man or a partner is not responsible, or they lack the capacity to take to when you're wrong and you refuse to get help or to admit that you're wrong, you're always seeing yourself as the right person, like always right. You're never wrong. Those are like a deal breaker for me, actually. And then the last one is communication shut down. No matter the circumstance or the situation we may have, I still expect you to talk to me. Don't shut down on me. Don't give me silent treatment. Just talk. Let's talk like an adult. And when you're talking, still maintain that respectfulness in your tone. Don't talk to me like some trash, because that might actually put me off and I'll not listen. But when you talk, sorry, my Wi-Fi went off. Exactly, fully is. Thank you. So tell me, so what are your own deal breakers, actually? What are your own deal breaker in your relationship? Pseudonym. Pseudonym, how are you doing? Where are you watching me from? What are your deal breakers in a relationship? Ellen, yes, that's my cream. Come on. I'm not an African. Okay, so where are you from? But yeah, it's not about being an African. Everybody has a deal breaker, something you cannot condone or allow in a relationship, something that pisses you off. So it's not about being an African American or being from any part of the world. We're all human after all, and we all have a threshold level, the limit at which something like the limit at which we can, like certain limits we can take. So, what are your deal breakers in the relationship? I was just talking about my own. I don't like disrespect. I don't like dishonesty. I don't like, communication shut down. Don't shut down on me. Don't give me silent treatment. Talk to me. Let's talk like an adult. You know? So, what are your deal breakers? Hi, welcome to my live video. I'm new to your channel. I have no idea what this section is all about. Okay, so let me quickly do a little recap of what we're talking about. Okay, so today I'm talking about I feel, how you doing? Blessing to you too. So I'm talking about a deal breaker in a relationship. What are your deal breaker in a relationship? Like what you cannot condone, what you cannot allow in a relationship. So that's basically what I'm talking about. And I made mention, oh, that's good, that's good. So tell me, Phil, what are your deal breaker in a relationship? So pseudonym, do you understand my like what the section is all about? So please tell me, what are your deal breakers in a relationship? So personally, I talked about disrespect, dishonesty, communication shut down when you just give me, hi Dorothy, how are you doing? Where are you watching me from? Oh no, I don't know. What are you talking about? Okay, let me explain again. Pseudonym. My accent is difficult to understand? Seriously? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me try and talk gently. I'm a Nigerian, so you should expect the accent. Okay, so I was talking about deal breakers in a relationship. Stephanie, and how are you doing today? Thank you for joining my live video. So I was talking about deal breakers in a relationship. So Donium, are you listening? I was asking, what are your deal breakers in a relationship? That is, what are the things you cannot condone or allow in a relationship? For me, I don't like disrespect. No matter the situation between us, I still want you to talk to me respectively, like respectfully, without talking to me like as if you're talking to a trash, you know? Exactly, Philip. Thank you. Respect, accountability. Each one look out for each other. Yes, that's how it's supposed to be. But if you're not giving me that, if in our conversation there's no respect, then it's a turn off for me. Because if you don't respect me now, you cannot respect me later. It's not possible. And then the way you treat me now, if you can treat me that way right now, you will do worse in the future. So for me, if somebody does not respect me, there's no point because everybody wants to feel valued. I'm not in a relationship. I'm a very reclusive person. I enjoy solitude, as I can't relate to you. I'm just here to socialize. Okay, pseudonym, it's okay. I understand. Okay, it's not everybody that's in what's it called, a relationship. So pseudonym, enjoy your singleness. It's actually good, being old, enjoying your space, loving yourself. It's something beautiful too. It's not a crime to be single, actually. It's actually a very good thing to be single. Hi, Peter. Philip, it makes no sense to be together. Exactly. When there's no respect, there's no accountability. There's no need to be together. I'm fine, and you? What are your deal breakers in a relationship, Peter? I was watching a video a while back, and somebody was saying, I talk more about relationship and my experiences basically regarding my faith on my channel. Yeah, Peter, it's wonderful to be in a relationship, but when you have been able to enjoy your personal space, like you are all on your own, you don't need somebody to complete you. Because relationship is about finding somebody that complements you, not about somebody that is completing you, because you must be all on your own. Enjoy your space. Make yourself happy. Know that nobody can make you happy. You're the one responsible for yourself. So when you are all on your own, that's when it's good to be in a relationship. Not that you're looking for somebody to complete you, and then once the person does not call you, then you lose all your day. Like you lose your happiness for the day because somebody did not call you or because somebody did not check up on you. You have to be all on your own. Feel your space. Enjoy your privacy. That's when to be in a relationship because it's good. Even the Bible says, and he created them male and female, and the two shall become one flesh. Two, one not one and a half. So there's a need for owners first on your own before you can actually go into a relationship. And don't get me wrong, being in a relationship is beautiful. Having a companion, somebody to, I don't know, if a relationship with a savior is good, positively affects every other relationship. Exactly. Peter, I agree with you. I so much agree with you, because you will relate with your partner the way God expects you to relate to them, not the way they want to be related to, or not based on their reaction to you. That's what I tell everybody. See, the Bible verse that's talk about Philip, it's good to be in a relationship, but your partner may not be serious. The moment you see that your partner is not serious, that means you guys don't have the same goal. Your goal might be to marry the person, but then you see that the person is not serious. There's no time wasting your time, like hoping that one day they will be serious. No, you just know that relationship is not for you. I feel like there must be the same level of energy, if not equal, but at least you see the chance that, okay, this lady or this man, we're going along the same route together. So, like you said, Peter, I feel like in Ephesians, the Bible was saying that Christ husband, love your wife as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. As Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. So now, the responsibility of an husband to love his wife, it will show in his dealing with God, because you know that this is an act of service to my Lord. Like, this is an act of service to God. That the fact that I can love my wife as Christ loved the church and died for it, that's a selfless love. And for the wife, the Bible says that, wife, submit to your husband as unto the Lord. So you are not just submitting to this man figure because you need to submit to. You are submitting to this man figure because you need to serve him. And it is what's it called? You need to serve God, and you are serving God through the life of that man. So when I'm submitting to my husband, it is my service unto the Lord. So if we all have that understanding, relationship will be beautiful, because everybody will be performing their duty as unto the Lord. We know we are all serving God in our relationship, even in our marriages. For me, if you're not serious, just go your way. Exactly. Why are we wasting time? If you know you're not going to be serious, why am I wasting time? Yeah, I agree with you, Phil. Sincerely, you're not serious, there's no need for a relationship. Just tell me you're not interested, and I'll find my route. Than for somebody to be serious and the other person to be taking it with levity. It's not okay. It's not okay. So tell me, do you have any experience, like any experience with like in any relationship you've been with? I I don't know what to say right now. Gelu Baba and Geli Rani. Is that a combination of two different people? Mam, Baba, and Rani. I don't know. Hi, how are you doing today? Where are you watching me from, and what's your deal breaker in a relationship? Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, guys. I'm fine. And you? How are you doing too? How is your day? And what are your deal breaker in a relationship? Like Kadia? Kadia? I don't understand. What do you mean by Kadia? I'm asking for like your turn off in a relationship. What is that thing that your partner can do that can make you say, no, I cannot date this person? Or you can see in a person and you're like, no, this is a no for me. I can't date this person. Okay. let me bring this story earlier, like a few while ago. There's a friend of mine, um and another friend, like they were talking together. I was just there. They were talking together. And then the friend of mine was working in a firm, like working in, 9 to 5 job. While the guy is working in, like, I feel like he's more of an entrepreneur, like all these plumber, painter, like skill worker. Let's put it like that, a skill worker. And then he said something. He wasn't talking to me, oh. He was talking to my friend, actually. And then personally, in my mind, I already zero it in my mind that even if I meet this kind of person, that's a deal breaker for me already. Why? What did he say? He said, I can never marry you and you'll be working or you'll be doing 9 to 5 job. You will resign your job and then I will open a business for you. For me, that's a deal breaker. Why? Because there's no alignment of goals or there's no alignment of goals or vision. And it's not everybody that likes business. It's not everybody that wants to be a business person. There's some people that just love to suit up, go to the office, do 9 to 5 job, have a steady salary than to be praying that, oh Lord, bring sales and stuff like that. It's not everybody that is wired that way. But for you to say the moment you marry a lady, you are going to, regardless of a degree or anything, you're going to, she's going to quit her job regardless of the amount she's earning, and then you open a shop for her. That's a deal breaker for me personally. It might not be a deal breaker for somebody else because they might actually love it. They might be looking forward to marry one odogu, like in my country, we call like rich men odogu. That they will just open a beautiful store for them, and they'll be sitting and people and they will have staff that will be calling them madam, 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 madam up and down. There's some people that just want that. It might not be a deal breaker for such a person, but for someone like me that doesn't want that, it's a deal breaker. How can I, just retired into the house, not working, being a businesswoman 100%. So that's what I'm saying. So what are your deal breaker in the relationship? What are your deal breaker in a relationship? Hi, welcome to my live video. Please do well to like and all right. I'll still be here. Is it every day? So, what are your deal breaker in a relationship? So I feel like there are certain questions we need to ask ourselves in order to be able to know, in order to be able to know. For example, like, what are the values that I hold in high esteem in a relationship? Because if you don't know the kind of values you're looking for in a person, you will not be able to know when you see what you don't like. Let's say, for example, I have it in mind to buy a white Venza car now. I already have it at the back of my mind. Maybe because I just want a white car. I want I've read about just like buying a phone, you've read about the qualities of the phone, the things you can use the phone to buy, the camera quality, everything. You've talked about it. You've thought about it in your head, you know the reason why you're going for something. So when you don't know the value of what you actually want in a relationship, you will not be able to identify what you don't want. But the moment I get to the car center to buy a car, as I was saying, the moment I get to a car center to buy a car, and then they keep giving me like maybe a blue Venza or any other thing that is different from what I had in mind, I'll be able to say no because it does not fit what I had in mind. So that is why before you can actually think about this issue of deal breaker, first you first have to ponder about the value. What are the things you value in a relationship that you want to see in your relationship? What are your values in a relationship? So the moment you know you are not seeing it, that means you are seeing the opposite. It's just like when I'm not seeing uh, white Versa, then I'm not going for any other thing lesser than that. So that's when you'll be able to recognize your deal breaker in a relationship. Then the second question I feel like you can ask yourself in order to be able to recognize what's it called, your deal breaker, is that what are the things I've tolerated in the past that I shouldn't tolerate? You know, what are the things I've tolerated in the past that I know now that I know better now that I shouldn't tolerate? I feel like looking back at my relationship, my whole life, my relationship right now, I feel like I've tolerated something. So even somebody told me a while back, was like, Kenny, you seems to be more understanding, like very understanding. I'm like, yeah. The reason why I'm like that, I'm not like this before, but the reason why I'm like that is that I realized that the fact that I am like this, not everybody can be like that. And yes, we are not perfect, we have flaws. But then I give you room and room and room and room and room and room and room to get better, you know, to get. Hi, Casey, Karel, how are you doing? We're talking about deal breakers in a relationship. So what are your own? So you should ask yourself another way to know a deal breaker, like to identify the deal breaker is what are the things I've condoned in the past, that I've allowed in the past, that I'm not meant to allow. The moment that you're in a relationship with somebody, and then maybe in the heat of an argument, the person is cussing you out, and you know you are not the type that can take a curse, you should know that this is wrong. Because whatever they are giving you, no one is better than no one in life. Yeah, that's true. Nobody is even. We are all like a work in progress. We are all with flaws. There's nobody without flaws. So that's why I give room for people. Maybe, oh, I'll be like, maybe you will change. Maybe you will change. Maybe I just have to be more patient. Maybe, but it's got to a point in time that I feel like I'm losing myself in the process. So that is when I knew that there's some things I should not allow. Yes, I should be understanding, but there's a level to which it ought to reach for me to say no. Enough is enough. I think I've tried in this aspect. I've tried to be understanding because there's some people that was why I mentioned it earlier on, that there's some people that they don't realize the fact that they're actually wrong. They can't see themselves as that they need help or issue. They're not willing to work on themselves. So the moment you're believing in such people and you keep on believing, that's one of the um like example for me. I feel like I'm more understanding. I'll be like, yeah, he can change, or he will do this, he will do it. And over time, I see it's like I'm being a fool to myself for believing such. You understand? So the moment I see that this person is not going to change, it's a deal breaker already. Because there's a difference between somebody that recognizes that, yes, I'm wrong, and I'm willing to work on myself, and is actually working on himself. Then the other way around, somebody that does not even think he's wrong. He believes he's right in his own eyes. And so definitely he cannot work on himself when he feels he's right all the time. So that's it. Would you take water? Take water. 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 So, and then another question that I would say you can use to ponder on to know your deal breaker is you can ask yourself, what would I advise my future daughter or future son never to accept? Like, what are the things, looking at my life, my journey right now, my experience, as little or as old as I am, what are the things that I will allow my baby or I will advise my baby, whether a male or a female, that they shouldn't accept? You know, if I'm to advise them that don't accept this kind of thing as in any relationship, then you'll be able to know from your journey that this is actually a deal breaker for me. And lastly, I would like to, uh, actually allow you, I tell you to ask yourself these last questions. Are my deal breakers based on healing, or they are based on hurt? Is it because somebody has hurt me before? That's the reason why I have that as a deal breaker? Or is it because of healing that, okay, I actually healed from it and I'm trying to tell another person not to go through the same pain I went through? Deal breaker is not is something that should be considered, because it's like setting a boundaries for yourself, building a wall of fence for yourself. That's what deal breaker is all about, and it is very, very important. So today I hope you ponder more on it, ponder more on what deal breaker is. I was in a relationship with someone, but the family didn't like me. I said to my friend, let us forget all about it. For me, I did make a good decision. It's true. Anytime you are in a relationship, you're not just marrying the person, or you're not just going to marry the person. You're also going to marry the family of the person. And it is important for the family to like you. Very important. Or even if they don't like you at the moment, they should show the willingness should be there. So it's not something you should force on people. Once you see you're not tolerated, just move. There's no need to waste your time. So you made a good decision, Philip. You really made a good one. Sincerely, I really appreciate you guys for coming, for joining my live video today, for conversing with me. I feel so much better talking about this, and yeah, I feel so much better hearing other people's opinion, learning, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, and thanks for the like. Please do to like if you have not liked, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much. Philip, I'm single, free, and living my life. Bro, enjoy your singleness while it lasts. For us that we are married like this, we'll enjoy it too. I believe in heaven on earth home, but I feel like it's until when the two partner get it right, that's when the home can actually be because it will be bad if somebody is putting in an effort and the other person is not putting in the same effort. So, but still, regardless, I still believe in heaven on earth home. A home where you are understood, a home where you don't need to, in my language, you say, shala, you don't need to explain yourself too much, to be heard, to be seen. A home where there is God at the center. And even if there's, any issue, you can talk to the Holy Spirit to talk to the partner. Holy Spirit, your son did this to me, that kind of home. That's what I believe in. Yeah, God is good all the time, Philip. He is good. So tell me, where are you from, Philip? Are you from Ghana? Or from Cameroon? Or from Nigeria? Or are you a white? I have to go. Have a blessed day. You too. Thank you, Phil. Thank you so much. Me too, I'll soon be going offline. I think I've spent almost an hour. I'll just be going once it's 1 hour. I'll just be going. I'm from Caribbean island. Oh, yes. I remember you joined my live video. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? Yeah. Thanks for tuning in again. I really appreciate it. Have a blessed day to you too. Bye. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in today. Thank you for joining my live video. Thank you for engaging and discussing with me. It's really interesting. Mama. Yeah. Sorry, it was my Wi-Fi that reconnected. Yes, sleep for a moment. Hi, Lucky, are you still there? So what's your deal breaker in your relationship? Can you have a conversation? Yeah, sure. Come on, let's talk. Lucky, I'm here. What's your deal breaker in a relationship? Thank you. Niet. No. Why did you throw it on the floor? What's wrong? Why are these people screaming? Okay, come on, dear. Okay, so let's talk. What do you want to talk about? What would you like to talk about, Lucky? Thank you for the compliment. Mama, what's up? Yeah, Tella, come on. You can choose the topic. Okay, I was talking about the topic has been chosen before. If you check my title, I was talking about deal breakers in a relationship. So tell me, what are your deal breakers in a relationship? What's your turn off in a relationship? What are the things you cannot allow or condone in a relationship? Sorry. Did you hear that much? Lucky, can you hear me? Did you hear me? Mm. Oh, you're talking about breakup relation. Yes, deal breaker. That is, what is that thing that your partner can do, and then you be like, no, I cannot continue with this relationship, or I cannot go ahead with this person. I cannot date this person. What are the things that are your non-negotiable in a relationship? Mm-mm. Ah, Ella, you can't pour it like that on yourself. My goodness, that was what I was trying to hold it for you. It's not like your feeding bottle. Thank God for your life, eh? Wait, sit down. Now you wet the bed. You are going to sit here. Wait. Oh my goodness. Maybe most probably physical relation. How? What do you mean by physical relation? When you're not getting much interest. Oh, okay. You mean lack of interest? Okay. Are you having much interest in somebody already, or having much interest? Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand you. I'm trying to, it's 10 past 10 p.m. and my baby is about to sleep. So I'm trying to cover the window so she can, the house will be darker a little for her to sleep. Because now during the winter, it doesn't really get dark at night. No, she wants to sleep actually. It's past 10 p.m. here. Like it's 10 p.m. already. So my baby wants to sleep. That's why she's crying. I don't know. I don't know. I can't read Arabic. I certainly don't know how to call your name. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Hold on 1 minute. Let me just close the window. India? No, I'm not in India. I mean, okay, so let's talk now. Yeah, I can talk now. So I'm not in India. I'm actually, see, I told you she's about to sleep. I'm not in India. I'm actually in Russia presently. So tell me, what is the thing that your partner has done to you before that made you break up with them at any point? Yes, it's almost the 10:30. I'm in Russia. These are 10:20 now at the moment. 10:20 p.m. I'm actually in Russia. So yeah. And you know, Russian has about nine, what do we call it? These zones, different time zones. So yeah, it's like 4 hours ahead of Nigeria. Okay, main point is much interest in somebody else. I understand. That's okay. That's okay. The moment you see that your mind is divided and they're not with you, then there's no need to continue. There's no need to continue, sincerely. Wow. So tell me now, if your relationship with somebody that doesn't, oh, it's your opinion for both sides. Okay. For me, actually, I think my number one will still be disrespect. I don't like it when somebody does not respect me. I feel like no matter the circumstances, no matter the situation that we're in, you should, accord me that respect. Even when you're hungry, talk to me respectfully. So respect will be like number one thing I don't like. When you're not getting much interest, then you try somebody else. I understand. There's no need to force anybody to like you. And that comes from the place of wholeness. But if you feel like you're not good enough to get another person, you still want to stick around with somebody that does not even care about you, or that it is obvious they like another person, they like someone else. I feel like there's a level to all these things. You must love yourself enough to know that this person likes somebody else above me, and I need to move. If you have another way of thinking, that's some other reason, maybe then tell me, please. Okay, I told you, number one for me is disrespect. I don't like it. I feel like even when I'm wrong, or even when we are having argument, you should still talk to me respectfully. Respect me when you're talking. Don't talk to me anyhow like some trash. The number two for me is dishonesty, lying, or manipulation. But then there's another side to it for me. I feel like there are some times that our partner does not talk to us. It's not because they want to lie to us or they don't want to tell us what is happening. But it might be because, number one, there is fear of the unknown. What if I tell him? Then number two, fear of being misunderstood. What if I tell him and he doesn't, and he's interpreting what I'm saying the wrong way? So these are the reason why some people, instead of going all out to say all the truth, like the truth, they say some and keep the rest with themselves. In this case, I won't say they are dishonest. I've been in that shoe. That's why I'm saying it. So not just that, I've been in that shoe. I think all egoistic things come from the main reason. So what is the main reason? So let's find what is the main reason. If everything sprout from the main reason, what then is the main reason? Lucky. Okay, so tell me, what is the main reason? You mean having more interest in somebody else? For me, I don't know if you agree with me, but for me, I feel like the main reason will be when you don't value somebody. Because when you don't value somebody, you will disrespect them. When you don't value somebody, you will lie to them. Or okay, if someone is not getting much interest emotionally or having physical relationship, okay, that's the main reason. Personally, I feel like if someone is not valued, like when you don't value someone, you can disrespect them, you can talk to them anyhow. When you don't value them, you can be dishonest to them, like lie to them. After all, do they deserve to know the truth, or what will they do? When you don't value them, I feel like it boils down to valuing a person. All the new formed reasons comes from that. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if you'll still be able to see my face. Yes, please elaborate. I would like to listen more. Because I would like to off the light so my baby can sleep. Is that she needs to sleep. But I don't know if you can still see, if you still be able to see me in the darkness because I'm black. Sure, I don't mind. Please elaborate. We are here to learn together. Okay, let's go. What's the example? Are you still there, Lucky? I'm waiting. Okay, listen. We are not getting interest from your husband, or vice versa, your husband from you. Okay? How many nights will you spend together? Okay, let me answer this question. Now, you say if I'm not getting interest from my husband or vice versa. So let me choose the first one for my husband because I'm talking from a woman perspective right now. Now, if I'm not getting interest from my husband, how many nights will you spend together? The truth is, we might not be like in talking terms. Like we might not be talking to each other. And that was why I was explaining that aspect of dishonesty. That is not every act of not telling your partner what is going on is actually dishonesty. There are some that you just keep to yourself because you feel like, what if they misunderstood me? Or the fear of what would they say when I explain what is actually on my mind. So you did not express yourself fully to them. So, but when they later find out, they'll be like, you're lying to me. That's where dishonesty comes in. So if my partner is not giving me interest, like I'm not getting the interest from my partner, I will have to check what is causing that. And if I see, and from the attitude, if there's dishonesty, disrespect, exactly, many problems can be solved by conversation. But I need to know first, what is the issue? What caused the disinterest from my husband? But do you know that somebody believes that it's not everything you can solve with conversation? They believe for every action or for every mistake you make, there is the consequences. Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes third person makes much disturbance. I know, right? Third party. It's not good to have a third party in a relationship. However, when you see that the situation is escalating beyond what the two of you can solve, there's no harm in bringing in a third party in form of like family members that can intervene or therapists. It's for both sides, exactly. That's true. When you're getting attracted with someone else, yeah, I understand you. I'm here. I'm here. Lucky Nomad, thank you so much for joining the live and thank you for conversing with me. And once you've gone into somebody else, you shall never come out of that. Mm. It is dangerous. Or what, how will I put it? It is it is better. Yeah. Let me use that word. It is better not to find yourself in such situation than to find yourself in such in the first place. So I feel like it's more of self-discipline to know that even though, especially for, I'm talking based on marriage side right now, for married people, it's not that you will not always see somebody that is more handsome than the husband that you marry, or somebody that is more beautiful, that is more curvier than the wife you married. But what will keep you faithful to the person, what will keep you faithful to the person is your personality and your fear for God. That's what I see in it. Because it is not all the time you feel love for your partner. It's not all the time you feel, being there for your partner. There's sometimes that you look at them and you see they are so annoying. And then you're wondering, why did I even marry this person to start with? But what will not make you Baka I132900DX? What will make you stick to that partner is much more than just interest, but decision, your decision. For me, love is not a feeling, love is a decision. Hey sister, where are you from? I'm from Africa, Nigeria, in Africa, the giant of Africa. I know there are so many questions, but it's a bad time. If that bad time has come, all our efforts go wrong there. Yes, Lucky, I totally agree with you. I understand that. See, this relationship issue, it can be so hard sometimes. It can be so hard. Oh, nice. Myself, I'm from Northeast India, Nagaland. Oh, okay. Nice to meet you. Whoa, Nagaland. I'm just hearing of that for the first time. I have faced all these situations. Wow. But now I hope you're in a better relationship. Lucky, I hope you're in a better relationship right now. Nagaland is a province in India. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about you guys like broken up. So Nagaland is a province in India. Wow. Thank you so much for tuning in today's live video. Thank you for engaging my video. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad. I'm feeling sleepy already, actually. So I'll be off to bed now. Thank you so much for watching. Please do to like and subscribe. I'll see you in my next live video. Thank you so much for engaging. Thank you for the conversation and everything. So, good night from me. From me to you all, I'm saying good night. All right? Have a wonderful night rest. Good night. Bye, Lucky. Yes, I'm going to sleep now. No, I'm not single. I'm not single, actually. I'm married. I am married. I'm not single. I thought you saw my baby the other time. Okay, or maybe you were thinking I'm a single mother. I'm not single. I'm married. Yes, Zita, how are you? All right. Good night. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the live video. I'm off to bed right now. Where's my... Hi, Zita. Thank you for joining my live video. Thank you so much. Can you see that's what I was saying? That if I off the light, you'll not be able to see me because it's so dark. Oh, I wish I could continue, but it would not be okay for me to, put on the light and be talking to you guys, and in the middle I fall asleep. It would not be nice. That's why. That's why I'm trying to like just go offline and sleep rather than wait for me to do it and then sleep. So thank you so much. All right, Lucky, have a good night's rest. Zita, everyone, thank you so much. Philip, thank you so much for joining. Baka, I really appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. Please do well to like my video and subscribe to the channel. I hope I see you guys next time I come online. Have a wonderful night rest because it's night here already. Good night. Good night, Lucky.